Well, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Learning Chromebooks. I'm Ron Brown, and that is,
Hewie Poplock.
there you go, you got it right.
I think did you spotlight? So they're not seeing me.
Oh, they're not seeing you. All right.
Spotlight me too.
I can't do both, but I can come
Sure
down
you
here.
can.
Can you?
You can spotlight two people. Yep.
Can you? Anyway, we'll leave it as it is because it's going to be a short spotlight. Anyway, welcome everyone to Learning Chromebooks. This is, we have a big show for you today and lots of announcements. So please stay around till the end and we'll keep you all posted. We have two videos for you. That one I've prepared, and it's going to go for about 25 minutes. It's an instruction video on how to do certain things on your Chromebook, and I think you'll find it interesting. It's the sort of thing you'll probably want to go back, so you don't have to keep notes because, of course, it will be up on our website and or up on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to go back and look at it. There's some interesting things I think you'll find. It's a sort of a how to do certain things with your Chromebook. Then Huey's going to talk on a certain topic, and then we'll open it up for questions. Is that okay, Huey?
It's a plan.
That's the plan. All right, let's get started, and I will share my screen, and we'll get going. Let's have a look at the Phone Hub feature on your Chromebook. This is very interesting and allows you actually to see all the apps you have on your phone while you're on your Chromebook. This is available on the Pixel phone. So let me show you how this works on my Pixel phone and Chromebook. A new feature in Chrome OS 115 is the ability on your Chromebook to stream apps from your phone. This is really interesting and a new feature of this operating system. Now, this is only available on the Pixel phone, but expect this to roll out to more Android devices as it becomes more popular on Chromebooks. So let's have a look and see how this actually works. I'm going to take my, my cursor here, and we're going to come down to the bottom right-hand corner of your Chromebook on the shelf here. We're going to click this, and now you're going to see as we come up, we're going to click the little dial here, which is the settings. We're going to click settings, and we're going to come down, and you'll already see one of my connected devices is my Pixel 6 phone. This is already connected, and we've covered this before. And I'm going to come over to the right, and this is a little caret. And let's click this. And the new feature that will come down to the Phone Hub. But the new feature that's being added to the Phone Hub is the Apps option here. And this is the Stream Your Phone's Apps. So this is, of course, set up on my machine. But to set it up on your machine, there'll be a little box here that says Setup. Click that, and it's going to prompt you to make sure that your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are enabled on your phone. And mine certainly was right next to my computer. Now, so once you click that and continue with Setup, it will ask you as a notification on your phone to allow Chromebooks to access this information from your phone in this slide. It then will give you a second slide, allow Chromebook to access this information from your phone, and that's the apps. So you'll need to allow notification on both those apps on your phone. Once you do that and complete that, then you'll be able to turn this on and off. So now let's have a look and see how I could look at some of my apps on my phone from my Chromebook. All right, let's close out of the settings menu here. We'll close this out. Let's come back to our menu, and I'm going to come down and we're going to see the phone, which of course shows up in our Phone Hub. I'm going to click this, and now what you're going to see is at the bottom here, you're going to see all the apps I have on my phone. These, of course, are the most recent ones I've activated. Now, you're going to say, well, I have Google Photos on my Chromebook. Why would I want to look at it on my phone? True. But let's come over here, and this will bring up the menu, and these are all the apps that I have on my phone. These may not necessarily be on my Chromebook. Let's come down to WhatsApp, which is way down here at the bottom. Let's click on WhatsApp. Now remember, this of course is running on my phone, so my phone is connected to the to my Chromebook now. And if we come over here, you'll see that let's have a look here, and this of course is a picture of a tortoise at Addis Ababa, where my daughter's teaching now. So this is on my Pixel 6 phone. So this allows you to see any and use, well, not all apps, but most apps on your cell phone, on your Chromebook through this link. Controlling your phone from your Chromebook. Through the Phone Hub, you can also control your phone's actions, such as enabling a hotspot, silencing your phone, or even locating your phone. This can be very handy if you're in a library, for example, and want to turn on the hotspot of your phone. You can do that right from your Chromebook. Let me show you how to do that. Now let's come back to the Phone Hub one more time. And I just wanted to show you a couple of more things that you can see. So the first is that you'll see recent photos that that I've taken or have in my Google Photos, and that's here. And remember, these are on my Pixel 6 phone. But a couple of very convenient things are, if you look at the top here, you're able to enable this as a hotspot. And just by clicking this button, it would enable my phone to work as a hotspot. In other words, providing internet to my Chromebook. And this could be sort of handy if you're working in a library and you have your Pixel phone quite right next to you, and you have no internet and you want to use your hotspot off your phone. You can simply turn that on from here by clicking the button. You also can silence your phone. If you're working and you have your phone sitting next to you, you can just click this and that will silence your phone. And then also, if you want to locate it, you can just click this button, and of course you will get a loud noise coming from your phone, and you'll be able to go and find your phone. I think the first two are really, I think, very practical, particularly if you're using your phone away from Wi-Fi or in a library or something like that. So these are added features that work on your phone hub. Shortcuts, so many shortcuts to remember. How do I remember them all? Well, there's a list somewhere. Where's the list? Let me show you how to find the new list and how they're organized. This would be really helpful if you are a power user on your Chromebook and want to know all the shortcuts. Let me show you how that works. One of the questions I always get asked is keyboard shortcuts. Where's a list of all the keyboard shortcuts? As you probably are aware, every combination or anything you want to do on a Chromebook, there is a keyboard shortcut for this. But how would you ever remember them all, and how do you look them all up? All right, so to get to the menu, of course, keyboard shortcut to the list is Shift, Control, Alt, and the question mark. And now you'll see that this brings up the shortcut menu. Now, what is changed in what's changed in Chrome OS 1.15 is that they have now categorized them a little bit different. So you have your general shortcuts, you have your device shortcuts, you have your browser shortcuts, text shortcuts, Windows and desk shortcuts, and then your accessibility shortcuts. So they've categorized these now, so I think that they're much better organized. So for example, if we wanted to, let's go to our device and we want to turn, Let's say we want to make the keyboard brighter, then it's an Alt and that little sun image there. And if we want to dim the keyboard, it tells you. And if we want to show a list of available input methods, it could be the everything key, Shift and K. Again, with our browser tasks, we can print the current page, which is Control P. Under text, if we want to go to the beginning document, it's the everything key and Control. And if we want to go to in our Windows desks, of course, we can go through the various virtual windows or change the characteristic of Windows. And accessibility, if you want your magnifier on or off for when you're pointing, you can do the everything key and Control and D. So I think these are organized a little bit better than they have been in the past. And all you need to remember is the Shift, Control, Alt, and question mark combination, and that will bring you right up to the list. Now, those of you who do repetitive tasks or always are doing the same thing, you may just learn a few shortcuts that just make your life a lot easier than having to go through a gesture. Snapping the window. Many of you want to use split windows. How do you do that? Well, it just became so easy. Let me show you how to split the windows and snap things in order. It's very easy now. Now, a new feature in Chrome OS 1.15 is the Windows snapping feature. This is very practical, and I'm sure something that everyone will use. So let me show you how this works. If you take your cursor now, again, we have my Chromebook. I'm using Chrome OS 1.15. As we come down here now, let's open up Google News, okay? So we're going to open Google News up. And if I come up here now to the top here, you'll see, and I hover over my maximize and minimize and button here, you'll see that it brings up another panel, okay? So if I just bring my cursor up and it brings up another panel, and now we can choose what we want. If we want just to split the screen, let's say I want news on the left-hand side, and I'm going to put ChatGPT on the right. So if I just click the left, it now snaps the left box on the left side. Now let's bring up ChatGPT. We'll come up here, we'll hover, and we'll make it on the right side. And it snaps it to the right. So now we have it, and we can actually move these back and forth and make them a little bit bigger or not. So now you have an easy way to split the screen simply by hovering up over here. Now we can change this. We can actually, the next one is a 2/3, 1/3. So let's say, for example, we want the news to be the larger one. We'll come up to news. We're going to hover again, but we're going to make this the larger one. And then we're going to make ChatGPT the smaller one. So we're going to come up here now, come over to ChatGPT, and we'll make it the smaller one. So now we have our Google News, which we have here, and we have ChatGPT on the side. Let's go back, and let's come back to our Google News again. We'll X out of here, make this big, and what we're going to do is we'll come back up here. We'll come back up here, hover again, and suppose we want this to be a full screen. Fine, it's a full screen now. Let's come back one more time. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to make the Google News as the background. And what we're going to do then is we're going to bring ChatGPT up again. And we're going to hover over here, and we're going to make it a floating image on top. So let's push it here, and now you'll see that this is a floating image. As we come along here, this floats floats on top and will stay there even if you change this screen. Again, this is called window snapping, and it's available simply by hovering over the top here, and you'll see these new boxes open up. Cool feature. I'm sure you're going to use this. Give it a try. With Chrome OS 115, you can now sign a PDF digitally. Now, this is really interesting. I'm sure many of you have had some sort of legal transaction over the past few years, and it requires a signature. Let me show you now how you can actually sign a PDF form on your Chromebook and put your signature there. So let me show you how to use the signature feature in Chrome OS 115 for signing PDF documents. Now, you'll see we have my Chromebook here, my Pixelbook, and I'm going to open an application. This is a scanned PDF form. Could be a PDF form that you got sent, but I have it. I scanned this in, and we're going to open this. This is in my downloads directory. And we're going to open the PDF form. Now, if you look down here, there's some payment information, and you'll see here that there is a credit card number required and a signature. So I'm going to be sending this in as an email attachment, as a PDF document. So how I'm going to put my signature into this block here. I can put my credit card number in and the information, but how am I going to put my signature in? Well, if you come up to the top here, you'll see a new feature, and it's this button here, and this is actually, if you hover over it, it says sign. You can't quite see that, but if I bring this down, you'll see it says sign right here. So let's open this up, and over on the side here, you'll see that I have already practiced making a signature. Let's see if I can draw another signature here. We click this, and it brings up a menu, and we're going to draw a signature. And I'm going to type in, I'm going to try to do Ron here. Let's see if we can do what we'll do. Now, the unfortunate part about this is that you can't actually write a signature out, scan it, and import the signature, which would be probably the ideal way. I think you could probably turn this over and make it as a tablet. This Chromebook can work as a tablet, and you could then have a flat surface and actually do a proper signature on there and then save it. But right now, for this demonstration, I'm just doing this with my mouse, and besides, I don't want everyone to know what my signature is anyway. So I'll say done. So now we have, this is another one I did here. But let's take this one here, and what we're going to do is we're going to come down now, and what we want is we want to place the signature right in the credit card holder here. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to come up to our signature. I'm going to use this one that we just created. I'm going to hit the down button here, and this is going to download it here. Now I'm going to take this, and we're going to move it down, and we're going to put this right in our credit card, or card holder signature where we want. And let's say we want to make this a little bit bigger. And now you can see this is my signature. Now I'm going to come up here now, and we're going to save this, but I'm going to save it as, and I'm going to call it, we'll call it signature application. So we'll call it SA, and we're going to save this now. Now when we come back to downloads, we'll see that we have two here. One is the original application, and this is the application with my signature on it. We'll open this up, and there is my signature here. So you can see that this has some pretty big advantages, I think, is that you can actually sign information on your Chromebook in PDF format. This only works in as editing the PDF. Have some fun with it, play around with it. I think it is something you are going to be using. One of the common things you do on your Chromebook is copy and paste. I'm going to show you how to make that a lot easier and more efficient. New feature on Chrome OS 115. Let me show you how to do it. Today I want to show you an easier way of copying pasting, which is a common process you do all the time on your Chromebook. And this is based on a new feature in Chrome OS 115. Let's have a look at how this might work. It's based on the feature that the everything key plus V brings up your clipboard. So let's have a look at this. Push the everything key and then V as in victory, and you will see that it brings up your clipboard and the history in your clipboard. All right, let's have a look at how we could apply this to copy and pasting. Now, traditionally, when you copy and paste something, and this is pretty much standard across platforms, you can do Control X, Control C, and Control V. Now, Control X, let's have a look at what Control X does. I have some WhatsApp has encrypted messaging. This is a text, and let's say I want to copy it and remove it from here. Let's highlight this, and I'm going to go to Control X, and you'll see that it, of course, deletes it and copies it. I'm going to then go to Control V, which pastes it back in. You can also use Control C, which is just copying this, which leaves it there, and then we can come down and we'll do Control V, which it pastes it. So those are the three commands that you use all the time. You use Control X, Control C, and Control V. But let's look at this a little bit differently. Let's say that I'm in this document, and you could remember, no matter where you are in your Chromebook, what application you're using, these are global commands. Let's use the everything key and V. All right, let's see how this could apply to my current blank document. So we have a blank document, and I want to put some things that I've copied into that blank document. Let's go to the everything key and hit V, and now you're going to see what I've just done. First of all, the top here is, let's click this, and you'll see that I'm now pasting an article that I've used the screen capture tool of my Chromebook to capture an article on the Indian spacecraft historic landing. So this is using the screen capture tool in your Chromebook. All right. So then I come down and I'm going to add another image. And again, let's have a look. So we're going to use the everything key and V, and I'm going to click this button, and this adds an image. And this is an image that I used at Google Images, and I simply copied the image. But because it's copied, it stays in my clipboard, and the command everything V will allow me to access the menu, and I can simply paste this in. Let's come down one more time. Suppose I want to paste text in. Again, everything V, and you'll see WhatsApp has encrypted messaging. Now, why is this important? Well, you can use this in any application, and it makes it a lot easier than using the traditional copy and paste commands that you have. It's much faster. A different way of using copy and paste in your Chromebook. Are those Chrome extensions on your Chrome browser safe? Let's have a look at that with the new safety check. Now this is a little different because, as you know, the Chrome browser is part of the Chrome operating system. At least it is for now. That will be changing in the next few editions, but it has always been the same. In this particular situation, you have to find the safety check only going through the settings in the Chrome browser. If you look in the Chrome OS, it's not there. Let me show you how this works, but it's a cool feature and something you should do to check and see if those extensions are safe. Chromebooks have always been very secure. Today I'm going to show you how you can perform a safety check on your Chromebook. Now, this is a feature that's in your Chrome browser and not in the Chrome OS. So let's bring up my Chrome browser. And we're going to come over here to the three-dot menu at the top. Let's click this. And what we're going to do is come down to Settings. Now remember, we are in the Chrome browser, and this is not actually in the Chrome OS. So let's come to Settings. And now we're going to come over here on the left side to, and what you're going to see here is the safety check. Now, Chrome can help you keep safe from data breaches and bad extensions. So let's do a safety check, and you can just click Now. And what's going to happen is it's going to go through and it's going to look at your passwords to see if your Chromebook is up to date, to make sure safe browsing is on, and also it's going to show you if you're protected. It's going to show you if you're protected from potentially harmful extensions. And they have identified 2 sites that recently sent a lot of notifications. Let's have a look and see what those are. It comes up here and it shows me global news, which of course I've been watching a lot lately, and I accept that. And also Tom's Guide, which I use all the time. So these I don't want to block. I know about these and I use them every day. This is a safety check that you can perform on your Chromebook through the Chrome browser. All right, Hewie. You're muted.
Yep. Thank you for those. There's some that I have used, but I just didn't remember them. So I thank you. I've actually demonstrated some, but you did it in a different way, and I appreciate it. All right, let me go find what I am going to show. And click here. Hi, I'm Hewie Poplock. On behalf of Ron Brown and myself, I want to thank everyone for their support for the last 34 episodes of Learning Chromebooks. As you know, today is the final episode. We're going to merge with Tech for Senior and will become a part of that weekly show. Our episode 1 was September 17th, 2020. The recording of that episode has reached over 6,200 people since then.
Well, welcome everyone to our first Chromebook. I guess it's a special interest group. We could call it that. We call it Learning Chromebooks. Hewie and I became friends over Chromebooks because we both use Chromebooks and are passionate about them. I have taught a SIG at our own computer club for the past 4 or 5 years, and a number of you here today are also in that SIG. So today we're going to, Hewie and I have a program for you. We're going to talk about some issues with Chromebooks. Many of you here are looking maybe to purchase a Chromebook. You want to know more about Chromebooks. And then there are some users that are probably here that are advanced users and are wondering, you know, is there something here for you? One of the mistakes Hewie and I did realize at the very end is we probably should put an agenda out so that you know exactly what we're going to talk about today, because there may be some times where you don't really want to listen to what we have to say at that particular day. It is our plan to do these on a monthly basis, so we will have an agenda out next month when we have a little bit more footing on what we're going to be talking about. Hewie, have you got anything to say?
Well, this is version 1. And of course, version 1 is always a trial version. So please bear with us. We're going to try to do the best we can to help you and educate you on Chromebooks. As Ron said, both of us are very passionate about Chromebooks. I got into it. I'm in a retirement community, and a couple of my neighbors, several of my neighbors call me on a regular basis. There's something wrong with my computer. One of them called me. He said there was an update in Windows the night before, and somebody had made a shortcut on his desktop so he could play his solitaire or whatever game it was he was playing, and it didn't work anymore, and he didn't know what to do. And so I said, there's got to be an easier way. The second time this happened within a week, so there's got to be an easier way. And I think Chromebooks, which they're being used in kindergartens and first grades and second grades, if those kids can do it, we certainly as seniors should be able to. And so I went out and I bought one to try to learn how to use it and fell in love with it. Now I'm on my second one. Robin now has my Acer R11, and I have a Dell 14-inch. I use it probably as much as my desktop, but it's the desktop I use for a lot of the video stuff and editing and photo editing and so on. It's a little bit easier, or it's totally a lot easier on a PC. But other than that, I use my Chromebook for just about everything and love it. And what I want to do, and I know Ron does too, what we're going to try to do is answer questions that you might have that you'll let us know in advance so we can research it, have information ready, but also to cover some basics and then some tips and tricks and things that those of you who have Chromebooks will learn something new at each meeting as well. And with that, Ron, you want me to go ahead and start?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead with your video first?
Okay, this is an intro video. It's got a little bit of a lot of different things, but it might give you, those of you who aren't familiar with them, it may give you some insight, and there's a couple of tips and tricks built into it as well. So let me make sure I share the sound. And here's how to use a Chromebook and the Chrome OS. This has been quite a year. On the upside, 2020 is turning out to be the year of the Chromebook, too. Here's what you need to know about switching to the Chrome OS and how to make the most of it. Chrome OS, what you need to know. What is Chrome OS? Just like its rivals, Mac OS or Windows, Chrome OS comes with a variety of pros and cons. Whether Chrome OS and Chromebooks are for you will be determined by what you want from the device. Some people find that using the Chrome OS comes with a slight learning curve. That's only because the Chrome OS is different than Windows. It's not necessarily harder to master. You're just used to Windows. That's all. In fact, Chrome OS was designed around simplicity. It's leaner, meaner, and easier to use. It's not burdened down with unnecessary features, and it's capable of running Android apps. Let's look at the intro to episode 2 in October of 2020. Ron, do you want to give the introduction?
Sure, I can do that. Welcome on behalf of Hewie and I, welcome to the second session we have on Chromebooks. Let me just get this out of the way. We sort of a week before decide what we're going to talk about. Oh, did you mute everybody, Hewie? Can you
No,
mute?
that I better do
You
that.
better just mute there so we don't get any
And don't forget to
feedback.
unmute yourself.
There we go. This is our second one that we've done, and it's sometimes hard to choose what we're going to do because there are some new people here that have just got Chromebooks. Some people are thinking about Chromebooks. Some people are experienced Chromebook users. So what do we want to talk about is always difficult, but we chose some topics today that we thought you might be interested in. Some of them are very general, and I'm going to start today talking about what your Google account is and why that's important. And then Hewie's going to come on and he's going to talk about a couple of issues surrounding the operating system and what the new operating system, Chrome 86, will.
Ron, before we start, yesterday I was working on my Chromebook trying to put some things together, and I had some help, and I wanted to share this with you. There's my helper. And this is taken from the camera on the front of my Chromebook. I just turned the Chromebook around a little bit and said, come on, because she usually won't watch what's on the screen, and I usually can't get her on camera.
Who's that? Here.
But she was helping me do my Chromebook recordings yesterday for this show.
So
and then she wanted to remind me of something here that I forgot. In episode 8, I did one of the sessions on copy, move, and zip files on a Chromebook. It turned out to be my most popular video that I've ever done. It has, on my channel alone, has had 16,000 viewers, not counting all of the ones who watched it on the replay of the Learning Chromebooks hour that we did. I'm going to play just a few minutes. It's about 20 minutes long. I'm going to play just a few minutes of it so you can have an idea, and I'll also give you the link so you can go see that one if you wish. Hi, I'm Hewie Poplock, and I'm coming to you directly from my lanai in Bradenton, Florida. This week we got a question on Chromebooks from Edith. And Edith said, I've spent hours scouring the internet and trying the many different ways to get a My Drive file folder moved, copied, zipped, so that I can have a backup saved on my Chromebook's internal SD card and external USB-C memory stick. I've managed one time to zip one file and get it saved on my Chromebook on the internal SD card and on the USB-C memory stick. I hope you can give me some help. And that's what I'm going to try to do today. Just to make sure that I understood what the problem was, I emailed her back. And I think I understand her issue. And I said to her, you have several files on your Chromebook that are located in My Drive, in the My Drive area, and you wish to back them up or copy them to a folder on an SD card or an external driver stick. Is that correct? And she said, yeah, that's exactly what you wanted. And I said, do you want them on your Google Drive, the cloud, so that they are available from any computer at any time? She said, yeah, that too. So I endeavored to try to figure out what her problem was. And you know what? I had a similar problem. And I'll tell you how I attacked it, and I'm going to tell you how I got it to also work. First, what we want to do is we want to open up the Files app. Thank you for nearly 3 years of learning Chromebooks. Don't forget that our Learning Chromebooks Facebook page will continue, and we will support it. So there'll be plenty of news of Chromebooks and what's going on in the Chromebook world on our Facebook page, and we will also have sessions about Chromebooks on Tech for Senior. Let's have some questions and some comments from you. Again, thank you.
So Huey, I have a sort of a follow-up on that.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
So just let everyone know that we will be continuing learning Chromebooks, but it'll be on our Monday show, which will be Tech for Senior. And you'll see, as my video today that I made, you'll see that it's actually segmented clips, well, some lasting 5 minutes, 10 minutes in that area. And those are the type of clips that will be on our Monday show. The other thing is, on our Monday show, we have what we call a premiere video, where I go back and I look and create videos. I create content from past videos that we've done, because we have over 1,200 videos that we've loaded now. And so I choose articles and stuff in there, and I haven't been doing Chromebook videos because, of course, we have this show, and I wanted to focus the attention on this show. But though there will also be Chromebook videos on our premiere event as well, which is each week. And you really should sign up for our newsletter, because it'll all be outlined in the newsletter and how to find it and so on and so forth. So yes, but we just won't be doing this show. This show is a 1-hour show. The other thing that I wanted to just mention to everybody is the everything key. You might have noticed on the background of the video I made today, and all those segments, I had a picture of the everything key. And I think it's important that one of the big differences in Chromebooks is that key, and you really need to know how that key works. Now, maybe some of you have changed that key. You can actually, we've shown you many times how to do keyboard mapping, and you can change the function of that everything key, because on a Chromebook you don't have a caps lock key, but you can make that key into a caps lock key. Now, I would caution anyone trying to do that not to do that, and you'll find out, and part of the reason is because a lot of what you just saw today with the everything key in V, and being able to bring up your clipboard and see all that and do the paste, there's a lot of functionality you're going to lose by changing that key. So I would leave it as it is to the everything key. And that's all I really have to say. We're not saying goodbye. We're just saying we'll see you Monday, not Thursday, right? Right, Huey?
Right. And I've just added some links in the chat box to the first edition and to the one that I did on the copy, paste, and zip, as well as a link to our Tech for Senior page on that website. If you click on Learning Chromebooks is one of the lines at the top, one of the choices, it'll take you to the link to the playlist, which I also put in the chat box. And that playlist will have all 34 of the Learning Chromebooks programs. And you're welcome for your user group, if you want, to use any or all or any part of any of them, as we will occasionally on the Tech for Senior program.
Exactly. Now, Murray just asked, where is the everything key? And the everything key is on the left side of your keyboard, and it's usually about the third row up on the hard left, usually where your caps lock key would be on your on a PC keyboard.
It may not say everything. It may have
a
magnifying glass.
That's right. And it may be different on whatever model you have. Different manufacturers make it as it looks a bit different, so it's hard.
Oh,
it's hard.
I guess mine it looks like
It might be a little circle around something. It just depends.
yeah, I can't unmute.
You're unmuted now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess mine is like a little magnifying glass, which I thought was a search.
Right. That's right. People will normally look at it as being
Oh, yeah, I see what it says.
yeah. And that's called
Yeah,
that's
okay.
that we call
I
that the
see.
everything key. And it's the one
Okay.
that and it's the typical one that you have, and it's a people it's where your caps lock key is on a PC keyboard, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that's what you were calling the everything key. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
and the reason I want to
And
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I just want to make
The
sure
reason what?
we use the right nomenclature when we're talking about these different keys, because you'll hear it referred to as all sorts of different keys. You'll hear it as a search key, and you'll hear it used for different things, but it really should be called an everything key.
It's
Any
the
other
same.
questions or comments?
Yeah, it's the same as the everything icon if you use the everything app in Windows.
Oh, is it? Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, cool, Bob. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
And I guess your phone segment only works with phones with well, no,
Well, that's interesting. Now, who was it? You mentioned that you can
Yeah,
see.
I did a couple of sessions on the phone hub, and I don't remember if I can. I don't think I can see what's on the phone, but there are several things that I can do with it. So
Right.
you can install the phone hub, and some things may be available. The question that somebody said about an iPhone, I don't think it works with an iPhone.
No, and so the beauty of it is with that is that what I was showing you today is that you can actually see the apps on your phone, and you can use them on your phone. Now that again is a feature of the Pixel phone. I'm sure they're trying to roll that out to other Android phones, and so I don't know if it works on all phones, but this is just a recent feature, and they said it only works right now on the Pixel phone. Which brings me up to another idea that I had is we often get asked, you and I get asked, is what phone should you buy? What if you want a new cell phone or smartphone, what should you get? I guess one of the questions that we should ask people is, do you have a Chromebook? Because I think there is a big advantage of having a Pixel phone with a Chromebook. I think it's a nice marriage, and a lot of what we're talking about and what Google is developing is that link. So so you might want to think about that. If you are thinking about a new phone, that might be something that, and you have a Chromebook, that might be something that you want to look at doing.
I'll have.
Sorry,
So
I didn't get what you were saying, Marie.
yeah, I said it's that's, but I also have an iMac and a MacBook
Yeah.
and an Apple Watch. So
You got
that's
lots
where an
of
iPhone is.
technology. You got lots
Yeah,
of technology. Yeah.
I also got that, but I don't have an internet working yet of my own. I'm using the residence, a different Wi-Fi because I can't get my internet modem working since the
All right.
power failure.
Right.
I do want to show something here. Let me go ahead and bring it up. I just saw this morning, and whoops, and added it to the Facebook page, and that is, it's now easier than ever to get Windows apps running on Chrome OS. And so that's an article from The Verge today, and I haven't even had a chance to read it. I only added it between the Tech for Senior program and this program today. But there's an article here, and it's using something that's called Cameo. And I'm going to have to take a look at it to see how it works and see if I can actually get it to work with some Windows apps. So that should be interesting. So we are going to maintain that Learning Chromebooks, and I add to it quite often any of the articles I see about Chromebooks on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, by all means, make sure you follow us on the Learning Chromebooks page of
Right.
Facebook.
And all our videos that we've made and all the stuff that's being posted will stay posted as where it is. So if you want, if you're using some of that for reference material, you want to go back, nothing is going to change. It will always be, it will be at the same, in the same location, and the playlists for Learning Chromebooks will all stay the same.
Any comments or questions from anyone else?
One thing I'd like to say is I use Samsung Notes and Ultra, and when you're talking about the signature with the S Pen, you can sign documents with your real signature.
Right. Right.
And you can do a lot of drawing and this, that, and the other.
Yeah. The other thing you can do with this signature file is once you do the signature for the first time, you can actually save it as a file on your Chromebook and then use it over again, so you don't have to sign each time.
Right.
Right. So this was so you're absolutely right, John. This is there are other software out there that, in fact, I think the native editing in the PDF format is if you have a PDF reader or a PDF by, what is it? Is it Adobe? Is Adobe make PDF? I can't remember.
Yeah, Adobe Acrobat. Yeah,
Adobe Acrobat. Then I think there's a signing feature in there. But this is a unique. This is what they just brought out on a Chromebook. So if you have no other software and you just want, and you bring it up as a PDF, you can sign it. And I purposely really messed up my signature because I did not want everyone to know what my signature was. And no, you guys, I didn't put my credit card number on there either for you guys. So so I didn't do that. So I really messed up my signature so it doesn't look like anything that I would sign. But I guess with a mouse you could sort of get some sort of signature that would be fine. And when the Amazon packages come and I have to sign for something, and they give you that little tablet, it's usually an X that I put on there. That's about all I do. Yeah,
I have a
S Pen.
Little pen that will work on your Chromebook if it's got a touch screen. And I'm just trying to get it so it's clear. And so you can get it so you can really have a good signature.
But in this particular feature, you can't do that. You can't upload. What you really want to do is do that and upload it into that and store it as a signature on there, and so that it works. But that particular feature of the PDF on your Chromebook doesn't support that. So have fun with that. But remember, the everything key in V, the copy and paste, is an excellent.
Yeah, that's a trick I have not. I didn't.
It really works well. Olive, go ahead.
I will have to use it.
Mm-hmm. Olive, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. For those of us that quit Facebook, do we need to log into Facebook, or is it open to all for the Facebook?
Open to all. No, it's open to all. It's just
the website.
Okay.
Just a website.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Stu?
Hey, Ron. I want to thank you and Hewie for doing these Learning Chromebooks. You've been a great source of information for me who tries to do a SIG locally. But you've done it for a long time, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, Stu. Remember, we're not going away. We still will on our Monday show. I'm going to be doing lots of Chromebook stuff.
Good.
And we will have we'll have lots of stuff. It's just the hour-long show on Thursdays we won't be doing again. It'll be transferred to the Monday show. Dorothy, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you for all the tips. Even today was all new stuff. I haven't been able to take it the last 3 months because I've been away. So, but yeah, thank you. And you mentioned all the reference videos are still going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
it's there. And certainly if you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to know about Chromebooks, just let us know and we'll make a video about it. You know, we love making videos, right, Huey? That's what we
Absolutely.
do.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
we like to
fun.
do. We love making videos, so it's always lots of fun, and we want to get that information out. So we'll do that. And lots of new features coming out. Everyone will be, Huey mentioned earlier about this. Oh, I guess it was on our show then, Lacrosse, the new,
Yeah.
the new, so
Browser.
as you know, the Chrome browser will be separated from the operating system. And I talked about this about 3 or 4 months ago when this came out. So they're going to be actually taking it out of the operating system. And that'll be easier because then they won't have to update both to have the web browser and the one that was in the operating system synced, right? It'll be so much easier for them, and that will be coming out probably in 1.17 or 1.18. So we'll be talking a lot about that, which should be interesting. And don't forget the safety checkup. That's
Yeah, I like that feature. I'm going to try that as soon as
but
as we get
you got to
offline.
remember the catch of this, because Bob did the video on that for the Windows, and he did it. And I thought, well, I'm going to go and have a look, and it was in 1.15 on the Chromebook, but it wasn't. And what actually happened is I went to make the video and I couldn't find it. I kept looking in the settings of the Chromebook and it wasn't there. And I went back and looked at Bob's video, and well, he was choosing it in the browser. So sure enough, I went into the Chrome browser, not the Chrome OS, and it's there. So it's there. So it's not in the place it should be. It should be in the settings of the Chrome OS, but it's not. It's in the
But
browser.
it's a general safety thing
Yeah.
that Google offers.
Right.
So if it only offered it in the operating system, then those of us that don't have a Chromebook or our Chromebook has expired, we'd now be out of luck for the rest of it. That's why they decided to put that into the browser.
It's a good feature, though. It's a great thing to check all those extensions. Really good.
Yep.
Oh, and the other thing is just a comment about extensions is go through your extensions. If you're not using them, turn them off. You don't have to delete them. Just turn them off. Don't keep a bunch of extensions in running if you're not going to use them. You know, I'm the worst person because I'm always downloading and trying an extension, and then you just leave them running and they forget. But just don't do that. Just there's a little switch there. You just slide them off and it'll just turn them off. And then just keep that.
Extensions are just like apps. If you have them running in the background, they're using resources. And if you don't use them, hey, it's eating up those resources, which are precious on a Chromebook.
Dorothy has her hand up again.
Go ahead.
I was just going to mention when you did that safety check, it came up that I had 20 weak passwords. When I went through them, in reality, the majority of them were incorrect passwords that were saved in Google as opposed to my password manager.
Right.
So I deleted all of them. So I'm down to 9 now.
Yeah.
But for certain things like our library system, they have like 5 apps, and I have to use the same password for signing in at the library. So, yeah.
If you watched my video, you'll notice I blanked that part out because it was not everybody's business to see how many passwords I used twice and how many of them are not secure. Because like you, most of those, when I checked into it, no, that's not what's on the password manager. It's just stuff I have to get out from the Google passwords that have been saved. And they go back many, many, many years. Lots of those things, I don't even visit those websites anymore. So it's a matter of cleaning it up. So don't ignore it, but I blanked it out because it wasn't necessary to share that with everybody.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of our seniors, they don't use a password manager as much as we've tried to get them to, but a lot of them just use the Chrome password manager or the Edge one, but they still have weak passwords. So, yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
There
Well,
you
it's
go.
Well,
top of the hour. It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah, it's gone by quick. Ron, it's been fun the last almost 3 years,
Mhm.
and I'm going to miss this the second session of the
Yeah.
fourth Thursday of the month.
Right.
Yeah. All right. All right, then we'll
Thank you so
see
much.
everyone soon. We'll see you Monday. So don't and also if you
Yeah.
haven't subscribed to our newsletter, www.techchristine.com, subscribe because I'll be putting all the Chromebook stuff in the newsletter as well. So it'll keep you informed. So make sure
Yeah.
you
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Thank
do
you.
articles. I do articles for every Saturday newsletter, and I'll be doing some on Chromebooks. So do
Thank you.
subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be doing.
Bye,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bless y'all. Thank you. Thank you.